a public relations campaign. Let's welcome Lauralee.
Good morning. My name is Lauralee, as Toastmaster said, and I am the Public Relations Manager for District 7, 2018 and 2019. And I was, this last year, the Vice President of Public Relations, not as classy, for the Quina Toastmasters. And one of the duties for a VPPR, Vice President of Public Relations, is to create a public relations program. And I decided to implement this. I created a public relations campaign. Today, I'm going to go through the 5 steps of my campaign that I use for my high performance leadership project, also known as HPL. First, though, the goal of a public relations campaign is to help you promote your club to potential members and show that my mission statement for my HPL was building bridges between my community and Quina Toastmasters. So what's the first thing you do when you're creating a campaign except for sit there and stew on what exactly you're going to do? You work with your fellow officers, and how I did this was I met with my officers team and I talked to them about what my goals should be. And since I was having a big event at the end of the year-ish, what date should that be and what should that look like, as well as what resources I needed in order to pull off my campaign, if you will. Then second, you decide if you're going to recruit a PR committee. Now, I don't really see this as deciding because you kind of need one. So you're deciding who you want to recruit more than if you're going to have one. And for myself, I gathered a team to help me, and it was the members of my club who were willing to put in the work. So willing to write articles for the newspaper, go to the radio, distribute flyers around the community. And when you're deciding, okay, what all am I going to do for me, myself, and I, a calendar is the best way to do this. And just like the personal calendar on your phone that, nags you, oh, hey, look, I have an appointment in 5 minutes. Crap, I need to get across town. That's exactly what your PR calendar is supposed to do. So first, let's take one of the articles that we published, for example. I needed to know when I needed to get this article in. This ran September 27th, that was a Wednesday, so it needed to be in by the Wednesday before that, the 20th. I also needed to know where the heck my article is going, because if you send it to the wrong newspaper, that's not going to be very helpful to you. You also need to know who's writing it, and more importantly, if you have a picture, you need to know where that is. You need to know who took that picture and how to attach it to your email to make sure the right picture goes in and not some picture of your dog. And lastly, when you're working with events, you need to make sure, A, where this is going in the newspaper, so where to look for it to make sure it actually got into the paper. And you need to know that your event is published correctly. I recently had this at work where the title was completely wrong. So, after you have all that in your calendar, what do you need to do for your campaign in general? You need an outline. For my program that we ran, I decided how much I was going to contribute to social media and how much I was going to contribute to traditional media. And you also need to know who you're targeting, because different media targets different people. If you're targeting people who are in younger generations, social media probably will work very well. But if you are targeting a audience that listens to the radio on their way to work, you need to know what radio they're listening to. And for our team, we decided we were going to do things we haven't done before. We are going to go in the pitch black at night. And we did things like a 30-minute radio show. We tried out Facebook Live, which in 2015 was the first time that ever was rolled out. And it didn't hit the masses, I believe, until 2006 that they could actually participate in it. And as an example of using social media, I'm going to go back to this Loyalty Days Princess Open House, because we used every single outlet for this open house. And the Loyalty Days Princesses come to our club, as we know, to help practice for their speech that they're going to be competing in. And the first thing my team did was run an event on Facebook, which means all of our little members can go click, 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 and invite all of their friends, and it sends them an invite, and it sends them a reminder, and then it sends them a reminder again. Guess what? You have an event. It works very well. And we also published a video on YouTube and Facebook as a promo. And then on social media, we also ran it on our blog and Google+. With traditional media, like I said, wonderful newspaper. And we also went to 7 different radio stations to have them announce it. And my team also distributed flyers in 12 different locations for the community, and it was posted on the Oregon Post calendar. So you have this special event. You've done all of this promotion. How do you know it works? Well, for our event, we had over 600 people who saw it on Facebook, 13 of which said they were coming. We had 13 people who came on that day, which is phenomenal because most people forget in the morning. And then 32 people watched the event online. So, 5 steps to create a campaign. 1 is you work with your fellow officers. 2 is you recruit your PR committee. And then you create your infamous calendar that you get to look at and make sure everything works. 4, you outline what media you are going to target. And then 5, you decide what your special event is and what you're going to contribute to make sure your event happens. And by following these 5 steps, hopefully your campaign is as successful as possible.